A group of Republicans in the Senate, 38 Republicans in the Senate to be exact, led by Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, have introduced legislation that would strip President Biden of his authority to forgive student loan debts that he signed last year. So basically undoing that executive order that forgave certain people's student loan debt payments. 38 Senate Republicans said, by God, we can't let poor people get any kind of relief. We got to keep them poor. We got to keep them struggling. Ignoring for the moment the fact that student loan debt payments in the United States, folks, have now been suspended for 3 years. 3 years. The economy didn't collapse, right? Nobody's been making payments and everything still functions. Like literally nothing bad happened when those student loan payments stopped being made 3 years ago. So one, I don't want to hear any arguments from conservatives that, oh no, this is going to tank the economy. No, it hasn't. If you need further proof, just look back at the last 3 years, okay? We've had some bad things with the economy, but literally none of them were from people not paying their student loan debts. We absolutely could end those debts for everyone, not means testing it right now, and nothing would change because it's already been like that basically for 3 straight years. But that's not the only problem that these Senate Republicans have with this legislation. As Bill Cassidy said, where is the relief for the man who skipped college but is paying off his work truck? Or the woman who paid off her loans and is now struggling to afford her mortgage? This resolution prevents these Americans, whose debts look different from the favored group the Biden administration has selected, from picking up the bill for this irresponsible and unfair policy. 2 weeks ago, y'all literally bailed out Silicon Valley Bank. They were irresponsible. They were reckless. They lost all their money gambling it away, and you bailed them out. Just like you did the last time the banks failed. Just like you've done the last time Wall Street needed money. There's always free money available for people who do bad things and lose it all. And these same Republican senators who are now saying, we can't give poor people money because it ain't fair. You guys have done it for every major institution in this country when they come begging you saying, oh, please, we're out of money. We did a bunch of bad stuff and now we can't pay our bills. These people that took out student loans did nothing wrong. They were, in fact, and are, in fact, the victims. Because colleges have increased their prices tenfold over the last 20 years. For no other reason than they can. It's not because their expenses went up. They just realized, wait a minute, we can charge whatever we want and people will still pay it. Let's keep it going. They're not using it to pay new professors. They're moving more professors to adjunct status, which means some professors only make $15,000 per semester. So they're paying people less that work at the college. They're charging students more and they're putting the money in their pocket. But charging students more means that they have to take out bigger and bigger loans. Then they come out of college because we hammer it into their heads that you can't be a successful person if you don't go to college. That's all I heard growing up. Now they've got $100,000 in debt because we told them they had to do it. And they can't find meaningful employment to be able to pay off those student loans. That's not fair to those kids. We, the parents, the teachers, the government, the politicians, we told them they had to do this. And now we've put them in this unfair situation. Not helping them at this point would be unfair. But Republicans will continuously come up with any excuse they can to keep poor people poor. And you want to talk about, what about the worker trying to pay off his work truck? Yeah, I think they should get a bailout too. The mother who can't afford her mortgage, we should have federal mortgage assistance. Like, you want to keep going down the list? We can bail these working class Americans out too. I'm all for that. I see no problem with it. If you want to start a small business, the government should be there to help you and not screw you in the process. Here's the fun part. This issue, the student loan debt forgiveness, is already working its way through the Supreme Court, and we know they're going to strike it down because they're a bunch of right-wing idiots. And not to mention the fact that this movement in the Senate is not going to pass because Democrats have the majority. On top of that, student loan debt forgiveness is supported by a majority of people in this country. A slim majority, but a majority nonetheless. So Republicans are doing something that isn't going to work, that is already redundant because of the Supreme Court, and it's something that is hugely unpopular. So why are you doing it? Like, there was no need whatsoever for you to do this, unless, of course, the whole point of it was to remind the public that you just really, really hate poor people. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.